Okay, sixth grade, our objective today is to talk about the simple interest formula. I just do want to remind you before we start that PSSAs are coming up. I will give you a reminder on probably tomorrow and Monday just to make sure you're prepared for those, and also to remind you that we do not have class next Tuesday and Wednesday. I posted it on Blackboard on the announcement page if any of you have been on there recently. All of your principals know as well, so it should be on the newsletter. St. Sebastian doesn't know, but the North Hills Elementary principals know. So just make sure you keep that in mind. Tuesday and Wednesday, no class. Okay? Okay, number one, let's start with just going over answers here. So number one, Amberly, what did you get? Good job. Oh, wait, 94 you mean? Okay, $21.94. Evan, number two. Nope. Too high. Jackie? Why don't you try? Okay, yeah, should be less than that. The directions say find the original. Oh, wait, sorry. Find the new or original, sorry. So this one you had to figure out what you were actually finding. True? Good. Good job. $70.85. These are a little bit trickier. For number two, the retail price is the original because you need to find the sale price. The sale price is the new amount in number two. You're given the retail, which is the original, so that's the bottom of your proportion. You need to find the sale price, which is the new amount. So in order to determine what the original price is in each problem, you need to think about what you're given. Every problem is a little bit different. Okay, let's go to number three, and then if you have questions, I have them on another page so I can show more work. Oh, where did I put mine? Okay, number three, Ben, what did you get? Okay, Ben, warm-up needs to be done before you're working on whatever you're working on, okay? You know that. Nathan S.? Good job. $29.39, so very good. And then the last one, I took this from a difficult worksheet from your book. Be careful because I actually made a mistake the first time I read this because I did not read carefully. You need to find how much the store makes on each shirt. So not what the new price is, but how much does the store make? So I know after I did that, I'm like, that doesn't look right. I had to read it again, so just be careful. Mike? Nope. David? Nope. Peyton? Nope. 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 Camille? You're getting closer. Alexis? Awesome. $29.12. Alexis, can you tell us what you subtracted to get that? Minus, you said $26? Okay, that works. $26.09? 90 or 9? There's another way that you can do it, but that works. Okay, so here's our answers. Let's 56.02 you get from taking A over $65.91 is equal to 85 over 100. Okay, I'll go over that one. Skylar, let's start with you. That's okay. I also have 56.02. Jake, are you done? Oh, he talked to you. Sorry. Never mind. Sorry. I didn't see that. That's fine, Skylar. You probably just round a little bit differently. I would not mark that wrong. Would not. Anyone else? Nathan M? That's okay. I would not mark that wrong. You're good. It's probably just a rounding. I would not mark that wrong on a test. You're good. If it's more than that, that's different. Anyone else? Oh, really? No one needs me to set any of them up or needs someone to set them up, Peyton? 3? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go here to, actually, Okay, so number 3's proportion should be A over 2370 is equal to your total percent, which is 124 over 100. Is that okay? That happens. And then use cross product and solve, and you get $29.39. Nathan M., check that one, because that one you should get exactly what we got. How was number 3? Nathan S.? For number 2, A over 105.75 equals 67 over 100. You okay? Okay, and the reason is, Nathan S., is you need to find here the new amount. You're given the retail, so technically that is the original amount in this problem. They want you to find the sale price, which is the new amount that the store is going to list something at, so you're finding the new amount. Right? Nope. That's the retail price, so you need to find the sale price. Because if they give you a discount or a coupon, then you know you are going to be getting that product for a cheaper price. Peyton? Or it could say something like that. Yes, that's why I pulled these for the warm-up today. Yeah. So Peyton asked, is on the test, Chapter 7 test, is it going to tell us find the original in one part and then find the new in another? Well, it could, but your question may also say find the new or original. So either way, just you need to make sure that you're prepared. And you have these in front of you for extra practice, and you know they're on Blackboard. You can always go back and look at the video if you need to see the questions. Okay, anyone else on the warm-up? Okay, let's go through homework answers quickly so that we have time to go over questions, and then we're going to talk about simple interest. Bless you, bless you. Okay, Drew, we're going to start with you on number 3. Nope. Josh? Good, $27.30. Ray, number 4? Good. Steve, number 5? Good job. Skylar, number 6? Good job. 7, part 1, Mike? Number 7. Number 7, part 1. Say that again. Okay, that's for the percent. What is the discount amount? They asked you 2 things. Identify the discount price and list the discount percent. Good, good. So this one's $27. Part 2 asks you what to do. So I told you on the directions yesterday, make sure you write a proportion for 7 part 2, which I think I put as 7B. Same thing. Shane, what did you list for your proportion for part 2? Okay, do you have an answer to it? Okay, so that's the answer. So let's work backwards here. So Neil, what should the proportion be? You're close. Camille? Good. Make sure that if it's a discount, you are taking 100% minus 15%. So if it's a discount, you're taking 100% minus the discount. If it's a markup or an increase, 100% plus what the markup or increase is. Alexis? Okay, it should be 76. Did you use 2,700 equals 85B and then 2,700 divided by 85? Okay, yeah, because it should be this exact percent. This one should not really vary. Okay. All right, Geo, number 8. Good. Jackie, number 9. Good job. Nathan S., number 10. Good job. Abigail, 11. Good. Kevin, number 12. Great job, man. You guys are doing well with these. Grace, number 13. Good. Nathan M., 14. Good. Amberly, 15? Should be more than that. The original price was $78. Maybe you thought it was $7. It was $78, and then the sales tax is 6%. So your total has to be more than $78. You know what I mean? If the tax is 6%. Okay, Camille? Good job. Evan, 16? You say that again? Okay, well, why don't you tell us what you got for 18 then? Good, 18 is $22. Okay, David, 16. Good. Michelle, 17. Good job. Joseph, 19. Good, 31 or 32 cents. Let's see, Steve, 20. Nope. You needed to find the original. I think you might have set it up the opposite way. Josh, what did you get? Good, $11.16. 21. Let's see what I missed here. Shane, go ahead. We'll go back to you for 21. Good, $200. 22 should be $300. 23 should be $97.73. 24 is $1,147.50. 25 is $113.94. So we're not going to the brain game yet. Check your answers if you haven't already. Questions on anything? Drew, we'll start with you. Yes, I can. Okay, number 5. Drew, let me start with reading you the proportion for 5. Did you use proportions? Okay, so number 5 should be A over 15 equals 105 over 100. That's why. Let me read you the directions, Drew. For 3 through 6, it says, use the given information to find the new amount. So if you have to find the new amount, you have to find A. Does that make sense? Remember, new amount over original equals P over 100. Okay, Joseph. 21. Drew, I'll come back to your number 8. You said 21. 21 should be 150 over B, because you have to find the original amount, equals 75 over 100. You got it? Drew, I'm sorry, I forgot about your number 8. You said number 8 as well? 14. Okay, never mind, I can't hear. 14, you need to find the total cost. So you should have A over 42, because they tell you in the problem that 42 is the original amount, equals 105 over 100. Okay. Oh, that's what you're doing. Yeah, take the percent as it is. Do not convert it to a decimal. Evan? 16. Proportion first. Did you use proportions? Okay, 16, A over 25 equals 121 over 100. Again, they give you the food bill without the tax or tip, so that's your original amount. Okay, so that 25 goes in the bottom. You okay? Okay, Amberly? Okay, 25, there's 2 things you need to do. So let me write this one on the board. This is one of those problems that they ask you to find the total cost or find the sale price based on what it was with taxes, or vice versa. So the first part of 25 should be A over 135 equals 80 over 100. So that's the first proportion. You get A equals 108. And then part 2 proportion is A over the 108, which I think was the sale price, yes, is equal to, the tax is 5.5%. So add that to 100. And you end up with the total cost or price is $113.94. You got it? Okay. That was definitely one of the harder problems on here. Please, again, make sure you're reading these word problems carefully. A lot of this lesson deals with word problems. Josh? 24. The proportions, Josh? Is that what you need? Okay. 24 is very similar to that one Amberly just asked about. So the first part of 24 should be A over, I can't read my writing, 1,500 is equal to 90 over 100. And then you get 1,350. Okay, yes, you have to do it separately. Remember, if they say, specifically in this one, they ask you, when it doesn't go on sale, when it doesn't sell, the laptop goes on sale for 15%. What is the new sale price of the laptop? So you have to use the price that was already 10% off, which is your $1,350. You okay? Okay. Amberly? Definitely. Does anyone else need 24? I can keep going. No? Okay, go back to the answer page. Okay, who else has questions? Joseph? Yep. 22 should be 210 over B equals 70 over 100. Was this harder than practice 7.7? Or about the same? Okay, just wondering. Okay. Amberly, are you okay? Okay, Steve? 20. The proportion should be 24 over B equals 215 over 100. Okay, then you just added wrong. The markup percent is 115%. So you take 100 plus 115%, which is 215%. So, okay, but you have the 24 on top and the B on the bottom. Okay, so that was just a silly mistake. If it's a markup, add it to 100. If it's a discount, 100% minus the discount. Anyone else? Positive? Okay, before I go to brain game, give me a thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down on that lesson, that homework. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go to brain game. Okay, so let me start here. Let me see what I got before I start asking. Okay, raise your hand if your shopping list with the coupon for 15% off and then with the sales tax of 5% was above $496. Raise your hand if it was above $496. Okay, keep your hands up. Keep it up if your price is above $498. Keep it up. $498. All right? Keep your hand up if it's above $499. Okay, Peyton, what's your amount? Yeah. Okay, you can't exceed $500. You only have $500 to spend. Okay, so you need to figure out with your coupon and with the tax what your amount is. So do that for me real quick. Okay, so this. Okay, you needed to figure out after you added everything up, you needed to take a proportion method and take 15% off. Once you have that amount, you needed to add on the 5% sales tax. That's what it says to do here. Did you do that? And you still got over $500? Okay, can't do that because you only have $500 to spend. But you should have already taken off the 15%. You should have two proportions. After you add everything up, you need to take 15% off of that amount. You already should have taken the 15% off. That's what I'm asking you. If you did not do that now. Did you? Correct, which is $500. So you added up the items that you could buy, right? Okay, so you found the total, but then you have to set up a proportion using that total, taking 15% off of that total. Step 2 is, once you find that total, which should be under $500, you have to put the 5% sales tax on top of that. Did you use the discount in your problem? Yeah. Okay, then you can't be over $500. Okay, Skylar, what did you get? $499.80. Okay, and you used your coupon, right? And used the discount. Steve, you had your hand up too. Peyton, I'll come back to you. Or Neil, what did you have? Peyton? Do that right now. Who else? Abigail? It shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter. I did mine off the total. Shouldn't matter. I will check it. You didn't read the directions? Okay. Okay. I'm getting to that. Hold on. Anyone else have the same or higher? And Skylar, sorry. Peyton's going to fix hers to see if she gets the same amount. Okay, Skylar and Neil, I need your papers. Nope, I'm going to check them. So they both got what I got. So it should be right. That is the highest amount that you can get. Is that what you got? No, correct. He was kidding. He was kidding. Nathan S. Oh, 28, I can tell you that. 28 should be 37.5%. No, he did something extra. You didn't get that? Good job. Well, you got the other challenge problem. Good job. No, let me check those. We're going to do something else like this. I have another challenge problem that we'll do. Okay. No, we're just going to do the top two. Okay, any questions? Okay, notes open up to 77A. Peyton, when you're done, let me know. Shh, guys and girls, you're a little talkative today. Okay, page 22 in the notes, please. Did you get close to that on the brain game or no? Okay. Okay, page 22 in the notes. Okay, so we're going to start this. We'll see how this goes. This is just the beginning or introduction of interest problems. You may have seen this formula and this lesson concept, I should say, before. The objective is to calculate interest earned and account balances. So we're going to talk about, well, what is interest? What are account balances? Why is this in Chapter 7? These problems deal with percents. So you're still solving percent problems. However, we're done with the proportion method for now. We're moving on to two different equations for this lesson. And then there's a compounded interest formula for 7.7b. So slightly different, but we are still talking about percents. I found a different challenge problem last night that we may do for this lesson. It's kind of interesting. So we might do that. I need to look at it one more time before I decide. Okay, so let's talk about a couple definitions here first. So the first one is interest. Did you fix it or not yet? Okay. So interest, the amount earned or paid for the use of money. So we could say Miss Wingrove and I both went to Penn State. If we took out student loans, they charge an interest on that. They're charging us an interest because we're borrowing money to pay for college. Now, not everyone has to do that, but going to college is a very, very common example of when people have to take out loans and they are charged interest for the amount of money that they are borrowing. Your parents might have a loan on their house for their mortgage, and the interest rates are extremely low right now for mortgages. Are you guys familiar with that? Did you know that the rates for, some of you, yes, some of you, did you know the rates for mortgages are really low right now? They're under 5%. That's crazy. I just refinanced a couple months ago. It's really good. And got a rate that was a little bit under 4%. That's very, very good. College loans are about 6.5% right now, and that's higher than a mortgage. Kind of weird. I don't know, Miss Wingrove, when you went to Penn State, do you remember what the interest rate was? I know when I was a freshman, it was only about 3.3%, and then it went up, of course. So it's crazy that a mortgage interest rate is lower than a college, but that's okay. So that's an example of interest. Actually two examples. There are a ton of examples of interest. Principal is the amount of money deposited or borrowed. So your parents might have bought a house and maybe they needed to borrow $200,000 for a house, right? Who knows? Maybe they had to borrow extra to make home improvements, or they wanted to put a pool in your backyard, right? Who knows? right? That would be nice, right? So principal, the amount of money deposited or borrowed. It's very important that you understand these words before we move on to the formula. Simple interest, interest that is earned or paid only on the principal. Interest that is earned or paid only on the principal. That's very, very, very basic. Tomorrow we'll talk about something called compound interest, which is interest that is not just paid on the principal. And then annual interest rate is the percent of the principal earned or paid each year. So the percent of the principal earned or paid each year. So like I said, you might have a home loan, your parents might have one, and maybe they end up getting 3.7% interest rate. Maybe your parents decide to start a college fund for you, and they know the interest rate when you go to college is going to be 5%. Maybe they estimated what it would be when you go to college. So they're taking that interest rate into consideration when they're determining how much money you're going to need by the time you start paying off your loans. Okay, so here is the simple interest formula, and this is simple interest. I always say interest equals PERT, P-R-T. I don't know why. When I learned that, even in grad school, they always said interest equals PERT. Principal times rate times time. So once you write that formula down, underneath it, I already have typed for you I equals, R equals, P equals, T equals. I is the interest. R is the rate. It must be converted to a decimal. Okay, that's why this is in this chapter. P is the principal amount, which is the initial amount borrowed or deposited, depending on what kind of interest we're determining. Maybe you're investing money. You can earn interest on stocks, bonds, mutual funds. So there's a whole nother perspective on this. T is time, which the formula indicates that time is in years. So if they give it to you in months or anything else, or days, anything, we need to convert it so that it's in years. Time is always in years. Steve? Kevin? Yes, and we're going to do problems like that. Kind of annoying when you get to that, but yes, the time could be converted to a decimal because it has to be in terms of years. So yes. Any other questions, Neil? That was not going to happen. You can convert it, it would just be a really, really long decimal, but that's not going to happen. Or a fraction. Correct. Camille? Yes, and I'm going to show you. Let me do an example, and it'll make much more sense. Interest equals PERT. So the interest that you earn or that you have to pay is equal to the principal times the rate times the time. So they're all kind of mushed together because it means that you're multiplying. Okay, so let's do an example, or a couple examples. Okay, so example letter A says a $1,000 bond earns 6% annual interest. What is the interest earned after 4 years? So I don't know if your grandparents or parents like bonds, but I know my grandma and grandpa, when they were a certain age, started to get bonds so that they could, after 7 years or 8 years when they matured, they would earn money on them. So this is an example of a time where you can earn money. I want you first to list down, put a P, put an R, and put a T. With me just reading that like it is, what is the principal in this problem? What's the principal, Alexis? Good. The principal is $1,000. What is the rate as a decimal? Kevin? Good, 0.06. It was 6%. You're converting it to 0.06. And what is T? It has to be in years. Jackie? Good. T is 4. After you identify your variables, the principal, the rate, and the time, we have interest equals PERT. Principal times rate times time. PRT. Interest equals PRT. So I'm going to put in parentheses 1,000, this is why you have your calculators today, times 0.06 times 4. So what is the interest? This is not the account balance, but it is the interest. Amberly? Oh, not 24. Did you do 1,000 times 0.06 times 4? Look at your calculator. I think you did 100 by accident. Good, 240. So now this is not your balance. This is just the interest that you've earned. So on top of the $1,000 bond that you invested, I'm assuming in this example, you've earned interest of $240, and that's after 4 years. Questions on that one? Okay, let's go to letter B. Find simple interest earned on $500 after 5 years in a money market account paying 5%. So let's first label principal, rate, and time. So P equals R equals T equals. Nathan M., what is the principal in letter B? Good job. Principal is $500. Skylar, what's the rate? Good, 0.05. What is the time, Gio? Good job, 5. We are using the formula because we're just finding interest. Interest equals principal times rate times time. So we have interest equals 500 times 0.05 times 5. David, what is the interest? Good, $125. Questions? Okay, I want you to try letter C if you haven't already. Okay, Drew, what did you get? $25.20? Good job. Any questions on how to get that? Oh, yes, I should probably talk about that. Yes, so thank you. What is T in this problem? Just to make sure, Ray? Good, how did you get that? Good job. My fault, I should have mentioned that. So they tell you that the time here is 6 months. You need to convert that to a year. That's half of a year. So you can put it in as 1/2 or 0.5. Sorry about that, I should have said that. Neil? Yeah, 6 over 12 is 1/2. Yep, same thing. That works. Yeah, 7 over 12. Because 12 months are in a year. Yep. Anyone else? Okay, give me a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs down on interest equals PERT. Principal times rate times time. All right, so easier than last lesson it looks like. All right, so I don't have much homework to give you, but what I am going to give you is practice 7.7. Good. Well, we didn't, I wanted to get further. We didn't get, well, okay, so here's what I need you to do. You need to listen carefully because I'm changing the directions slightly. Practice 7.7. You need to do 1 through 6, but listen, you are only finding simple interest. So on 1 through 6, you are using interest equals principal times rate times time. So you're only finding simple interest, which is the only formula we discussed today. Don't try to do another formula. Please, some of these are a little tricky. Make sure your T value is in years. Okay, you're going to have 2 problems that are a little bit challenging, but you should be able to figure it out. Okay, we'll definitely talk about that tomorrow. I think I'm going to make up another warm-up from the last lesson because a couple of you are still a little iffy on that. And then we need to finish 7-7 tomorrow. At least I'll try to. Nathan S.? No, you don't have to write it all out. No, but please be careful, everyone, when you're converting your percent to a decimal. Okay, I don't want you to make a silly mistake there. Move the decimal point to the left 2 places. I see you guys all crazy working on your calculator right now. Any other questions? Okay, you guys can get packed up. Boys are first today.